sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
First of all, let me disclose this message by saying that if someone is ghosting you, please, please, please take it with a grain of salt. Don't take it so personally. A lot of the times, the reason why they're ghosting you, a lot of the times, sometimes they're not even thinking about you, in all honesty. Don't take it so personally. Don't think, oh my god, because they're ghosting me, I'm a horrible person. No. If someone doesn't want to talk to you, I cannot emphasize this enough. Just leave it alone. Do not follow them. Do not stalk them. Do not try and follow all their social media and then DM them and all of them to try to get their attention. Like, please don't do that to yourself. You're gonna look like a fool, and we don't want you looking like a fool. I understand you want that person's attention. Trust me, I know. I've been there. I've been that bitch. This is kind of embarrassing, but I've wrote a whole Google Doc to this one person because I was so upset with them for ghosting me, and I sent it to them. I understand. I know your pain. I've been there. I have literally been there. Yeah, so the 5 main reasons someone might be ghosting you. The first one is they found someone new. This is like the worst thing that could happen. Oh my god, we were talking, we're having such a good time, I was really falling for them, and all of a sudden, new person. It hurts. Even if you weren't really taking this person that seriously, but they found someone new, you're like, the fact that they even dared to replace you, you feel hurt. And I understand. I've been there. I've done it. I get it. Yes. Or they've been seeing someone else the whole time and you're just a side piece. They could have a whole ass other partner, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, and they didn't tell you. I've had that happen to me too. Why is my stories of dating so fucking toxic? 2, they're just not interested anymore, or they never were and you just got the signs wrong. Sorry. They aren't responding to the text that you send them I love you. They respond with nothing. They're just not texting you back. They're not trying to initiate anything. If they stop telling you that they miss you, that's a big sign. I have definitely done that. When they would hit me up and say like I miss you and all this stuff, but I wouldn't say it back because I couldn't say it back. I physically, I didn't feel that way. They stop starting the conversation with you. If they're not even trying to reach out, there is something going on. And if you already reached out once, twice, 3 times, you've been ghosted and you need to move on. I'm sorry, there's no other way to say it. You need to move on. Sometimes people just lose interest, and you can't hold that against them if they just lose interest. They have the right, despite what y'all think about they should tell you if they're not interested in all this stuff. Yes, I do agree that they should, but at the end of the day, they do not need to, because it is their life and they can do what they choose to do. What y'all need to know is that you're worth more than this and you deserve more. Point blank, period. Number 3, they have other commitments that are more important than you. So this one goes to all those people who are in school, maybe they're starting their own business, they're working on a big project, they have family affairs, family ties that they need to take care of. You're just not the priority right now. They have other things to focus on and you aren't the one to focus on. I don't know how else to say that. Yeah, you just need to move on and do your own thing. You ain't a priority. How dare they prioritize themselves, their own goals, their own aspirations, and not care about you after everything y'all been through? Okay, that's me teasing it up a little bit, but just hear me out. Look, sometimes it just isn't gonna work out because they have other goals and aspirations and you're just not part of it. You're not part of their future. That's just it. You're just not in their future. You're not in their vision of their future. And sometimes you cannot force your way into that. I know you want to. I know you really, really want to just tell them, I'll do anything to be a part of your future, but don't do it. You gotta stop yourself. You gotta pull up that self-esteem. They need to work on loving themselves first. This is a big one. I think that a lot of people don't take into account. You cannot love someone else unless you love yourself first. It sounds so basic and it sounds like you would just know this, but you don't. You know, you can't be mad at a person for this. If they just want to make their goals or aspirations, their future better, and they don't know how to do it with you in it, then you just gotta leave. I was always a firm believer that put everything out there, and if you don't get it back, then that's when you know to bounce, and you know that you did everything that you possibly could have to save the relationship, to save the situationship, to save whatever the type of relationship this thing was, and they didn't reciprocate it. They did not care enough to reciprocate it. They just have so many other things going on. They cannot give the love that you were giving to them back to you. I feel for you because I've been there, you know? There was a time where I really, really liked this guy and I asked him to be my boyfriend, and then he ghosted me. And it hurt like a bitch. It hurt like a bitch. I cried so much. I hit him up so many times after that, and I took it so personally. I thought, like, is there something wrong with me? Like, why did he change his mind? Because earlier he wanted to be in a relationship with me and now he doesn't. I was so confused. I was hurting so much inside, and I took it as like a personal hit to my own ego, and I should have never done that because I'm amazing. And sometimes people really just aren't ready for a relationship, and not because you aren't cool, you aren't amazing. No, they could be totally in love with you. They could love you so, so much. But if they don't love themselves, how are they supposed to share that love with other people? It just isn't gonna work. Someone who isn't ready to be in a relationship, you just can't force them. And if they're ghosting you, they're probably not ready to be in a relationship, and this is for the best. And number 5 is they're lazy. They straight up just don't want to hit you back up. They don't care. You're not a priority. Again, sometimes they're just lazy. Like, if they really do like you, trust me, they would have made an effort to see you. They would have made an effort despite being lazy, despite their commitments, despite everything. If they really, really, really in their heart knew you were the one and wanted you for everything that you are, they would have hit you up. But they didn't. And that's when the truth hurts. I know, the truth fucking hurts. Also, I don't take ending a relationship as ghosting. And they told you point period blank why. I don't count that as ghosting. If they don't respond to any of your messages after that, I feel like that is on you. You know why it ended, and you're seeking closure. You're seeking closure. You're seeking a type of closure that you're just not gonna get. Closure doesn't exist. You gotta find closure within yourself. Like, that sounds so cliche, but it's so true. And yeah, it sucks that they didn't tell you specifically why it's not working out, but sometimes it's a person's coping mechanism to just clam up and hold their emotions inside. Is it healthy? Probably not the most healthy, but do I understand why they would do it? Yeah, since again, don't take it with a grain of salt. Don't take it so personally. I know it hurts. You know, you talk to that person every day. You're so used to them. They were your life. For some of you, you know, like, you thought about them all the time, every second of the day. I know, I've been there. I feel for you. But yeah, no, they need to love themselves first. They need to work on themselves. They need to have their own self-growth, whatever form that is, I don't know. But they do need to work on themselves, and they need space to do that. But what my word of advice is for you, if someone has left you on red, if someone just isn't responding to any of your texts or calls anymore, just leave them alone. I know that's so hard, and I know you're gonna want to text them and you're gonna want to demand, why the fuck aren't you texting me? Like, what happened? Sometimes there is no explanation. Literally nothing they will say will make you feel better. They can say so many things. They can say the relationship just wasn't working and you would want more answers, and they just don't have the time and the energy to exert that to you. Fuck them. That's all I can say. It really feels like a withdrawal from a drug of love. I feel it. I know it. I'm with y'all. Yeah, you just need to have self-love. That's the moral of this video. You just need to have self-love. You just need to love yourself. But at the end of the day, I want y'all to listen to this. If they were not interested in you, if they are not hitting you back up, they're not answering your calls, leave them alone. This is probably the most important advice I have for you. Leave them alone. Honestly, all the times that I've left someone alone, they've all come back. But, but, does that mean you should accept them back? That is up to you. Remember the things that they did to you. If you want to go through that again, if you want to allow that back into your life, be my guest. But just, you gotta face the consequences of that. Again, y'all doing that to yourself. Please just protect your heart. You only got one. And it hurts like hell when it's broken. Other advice, just be the boss ass version of yourself. Y'all, it's so attractive when a person that is trying to ghost you or just doesn't want to talk to you anymore, when they look at you and you're living your best life, like you don't give a fuck about what they're doing and you don't care that they ghosted you because they weren't that relevant in your life. It's kind of hot. Like, I know it sounds kind of messed up, but it is. The fact that they were just living their best life and doing them and finding their own goals, their own happiness, and they don't need you is attractive. People are attracted to what they can't have. That's just, it's always been the game. We always want what we can't have. That's my tea for today for y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I hope that y'all practice self-respect, find some hobbies, do anything to get them off your mind, or just go through your emotions, let yourself feel the feelings, because that's healthy too, and we love healthiness. Love yourselves, babes. This is my first video. Advice will probably change over time as I get older and I get smarter and I date more people, and yeah, bye.